What's good, Commanders fans? Quick video here. This is basically stuff that we already knew. Ron Rivera has answered questions from the media saying, when they asked him about Deshaun Watson, would he be off the table? Ron said anything's on the table, and we know him and Martin Mayhew have done pressers or press conferences. Josina Anderson talking to her, Good Morning Football, talking to JP Finlay, saying, duh, we need a quarterback. Articles with John Kine, the article from Mike Silver that came out. They are letting everybody know that any quarterback is on the table for the Washington Commanders, that they're going to try to swing and make a trade for any of the top quarterbacks that are available. They're going to be very, very aggressive. That was already reported by local reporters, Albert Breer, whoever you want to name. So now article came out from Aaron Wilson. Also, Jeremy Fowler says the Washington Commanders and Carolina Panthers remain interested in Deshaun Watson per league sources. Now, an update on his legalities. They're saying, Watson's facing 10 criminal complaints alleging misconduct or sexual assault. He has not been charged with a crime, but Harden has repeatedly said he's hopeful for clarity by April 1st on whether Deshaun Watson will be charged. Deshaun Watson is scheduled to face his first deposition on March 11th at Harden's office for civil lawsuits alleging inappropriate behavior during his sessions with a massage therapist. So that's the update on the legalities that's going on. So, and don't forget the betting odds. Some people, who cares about the betting odds, but Vegas, something they might know something that's going on, that the Commanders would be willing to trade for Deshaun Watson even before knowing what is going to happen in court. That's how desperate that we are now. That's not 100% known, but I don't know if Vegas or the betting odds, if they know something that we just don't know, that the Commanders, Ron is just so desperate that he would make a trade before everything happens in court. Now Deshaun, he's a great quarterback. I would trade for him too. I mean, we've been so bad for the past 30 years. It's not even funny, especially with the quarterback situation. We haven't had consistent quarterback play for basically 30 years, to be honest with you. It's been a long. I mean, we had Kirk, RG3 for 1 year, but come on now, we haven't won a playoff game since 2005. Deshaun Watson has already made it to the playoffs twice in his career. He's only been in the league for 4 years. How many touchdowns did he have? 33 touchdowns last year, just ridiculous numbers. And he can run. He's a mobile quarterback. He had 26 touchdowns, 12 picks in 2019. Made 3 Pro Bowls already. 33 touchdowns last year, 7 picks. That team was just a bad team last year. Bill O'Brien was a terrible coach, terrible GM, traded away DeAndre Hopkins. So, but the other thing too, Deshaun Watson has a no-trade clause. It's already been reported that he does not want to come to Washington, that he would not waive that no-trade clause. Now, the thing is, the Dolphins already pulled out. Their GM, Chris Greer, said, I don't want anything to do with this. We're out of the Deshaun Watson business. So they're not going to be trading for him. So that's one destination that is gone. Of course, he would rather go to Miami than come into D.C., warm weather, all that stuff. We already know that in Miami. Now, the other teams that are interested are the Panthers, of course. The Eagles do have interest. They do have 3 first-round picks. So it's definitely going to be a bidding war. We're going to have to outbid the Eagles, outbid the Broncos, outbid the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Carolina Panthers, they're very aggressive in getting quarterbacks. They already went after Sam Darnold and gave up a 2nd-round pick and a 4th-round pick for him. So they will give up multiple picks. They've been aggressive. They traded for Stephon Gilmore. Their GM is more aggressive than what I think Ron, but Ron is starting to be aggressive now. But it's going to be a bidding war. We have to outbid the Panthers, the Eagles, and the Broncos. The Eagles, like I said, the Eagles have 3 first-round picks. So you got to keep that in mind. So we got to see what the legalities, what happens with that. But I do think Ron is to the point where, hey, he might just take a chance and just trade for Deshaun. Personally, I would try to wait it out. But free agency, man, free agency starts March 14th. It is a week from today. There are reports that are saying Mitchell Trubisky there's gonna be a bidding war signing him. And if there's a bidding war for Mitchell Trubisky, I'm not about to pay him more than $10 million like we did with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm not going to pay Mitchell Trubisky $10 mil or $12 mil per year for a guy who is an inconsistent quarterback. And, we basically know that he's not a franchise guy, to be fair to Mr. Trubisky. He's just not a franchise guy. I think we know that. So Deshaun Watson, I would keep an eye on it. But like I said, I'm not getting optimistic. I'm not getting my hopes up on that. Got to see how things play out. But Deshaun definitely would make this team a contender, a playoff contender. I don't know about Super Bowl just yet. Got to see what we would have to give up. Of course, you have to give up 3 first-round picks. Most likely, they try to give up 3 first-round picks for Russell Wilson. Probably had to include a player as well for Deshaun Watson. But like I said, free agency starts March 14th. And then, of course, you got to think about the possibility of Deshaun Watson being suspended if he is activated and reinstated to play in the NFL, or just able to play for a team when he does get traded. So you got to keep that in mind. You know, is it worth it? I think if he gets suspended, I don't care. I don't care. I would wait out the suspension, and then he would be available, because he's only how old is Deshaun Watson? He's only like 25 years old. Yeah, he's 25 years old. He's 26 years old. So he's still. All right, guys. So I just got a phone call. Basically, I wouldn't get my hopes up, but of course, we know that the Commanders are trying. Ron Vera is trying hard. Marty Hurney and Martin Mayhew, they're trying very hard. Ron Vera knows that this year, if things go bad, the seat will start getting very, very hot. So he is trying to make a move after Deshaun Watson. Like I said, Deshaun Watson has to waive that no trade clause, and we're going to have to outbid other teams, because there's other teams that definitely want him. Like I said, the Panthers, Eagles, Broncos, they're going to be bidding and trying to trade for him as well. I wouldn't sleep on the Buccaneers either since Tom Brady left. So, all right, you guys, salute or hail to the Commanders. Peace.